Capricorn, you could be seeing a lot of crows right now, or keep your eyes and ears out for crows as they are a messenger spirit for you right now. The message I got for you in my meditation is that you may be receiving misleading information, or maybe you're delivering misleading information. You take it as it resonates, but it feels like you're already onto this, although it could come from someone that maybe you typically trust, or you need to pay careful attention because the misleading factor could be in something very small, like a small detail. I don't know why someone's trying to mislead you. I have no idea what this is all about. So let's see what we get with the cards, okay? Capricorn, misleading information. Maybe you've already discovered some misleading information and you're handling it. You're dealing with it. Capricorn, what's going on for you, Capricorn? Tell me the theme of the reading, Spirit. What is the theme of this reading for Capricorn with this misleading information? Yes. Eight of Swords. It's an interesting picture here. We have these swords that either have snakes wrapped around the bases, or they are snakes themselves, these swords. I'm also seeing her hair is braided and tied around her, binding her. So there could be something significant going on with your hair, or braids could be very important for you right now, or braided things. There's also a little shadow here in the corner. 2:02 I'm seeing on the clock. Let me get some more cards out and see where we go with this, Capricorn. Misleading information. Eight of Swords is the energy of feeling misled or wondering if you're going to be misled. It could even be misleading yourself in some way, going around and around and around in your mind over something, but not being able to see or break free from a thought form, see the way out. So let's see. Tell me about the energy supporting Capricorn, Spirit. Self-interest and soar. Okay. And tell me the energy challenging you. We have memory. Give me one more. Trickery. See? It's the vibe. There's some kind of misleading. This hair is driving me nuts. This is misleading. It's something about the hair. Yeah, maybe it's someone else's hair. Memory and trickery. Misleading information. Now, perhaps it is for some of you. Your memory is misleading you in a way. Just hear me out for a second. We never really remember exactly what happened. We usually lose information as the years go by, or the days, or the weeks, or even the minutes. And we fill in those gaps of information with our own creation of information that we've imagined. Information that makes sense, that threads things together, that completes an incomplete picture or story in our mind. We may even misremember other people's words or how they acted. Maybe we inferred something, right? Like they said something and we heard that they meant it this way, or they meant something, but they didn't actually say that. So for some of you, you could be recalling something that isn't quite accurate, and Spirit's getting you to pay attention to this. The crows are alerting you to this. Be careful with your memory here, especially if you're making a big decision. I'm hearing a final decision based on some kind of memory of a conversation you've had. You may not be hearing everything in your mind as it was said in the past. Now, for some of you, there could be another energy, maybe even like an entity, I don't know, some kind of, I'm hearing cultural norm or information you're hearing in the media, or maybe it's somebody that you know who is suggesting that something went down the way it didn't. Okay? That's kind of like a gaslighting vibe. Or maybe they're just confused and they misremember something, but they're very convinced that something happened the way it did when it actually didn't. Eight of Swords, causing some confusion here. I'm seeing something about the Grand Canyon. This is the stories, the myths that we tell ourselves or that have been told to us. We must take them with a grain of salt. Okay, self-interest and soar. This is beautiful because this is in your support. And what I'm seeing here is you've caught something and you are going with it. You are running with it. You are soaring. And somebody else over here may have something to say about it, or they don't quite like it. Or maybe this is the person telling you this misleading information. But you have your own direction. You have your own path. You're very intuitive here. Okay, so I feel like no matter what somebody is saying to you, squawking at you, you have a strong inner compass and you're soaring. And I feel like Spirit is also saying you have the ability to soar above this kind of mental confusion or limited mindset someone's trying to place on you. Now, for some of you, this may not make sense right away. You could come back to this reading in 3 months' time, but we'll see how it develops. Okay, let's go in a little bit further for Capricorn. It's important you put yourself first in this situation or in this current time, not in a selfish way, but in a self-love way. And again, your intuition, your inner compass is very strong right now, so it would be a disservice for you not to listen to that and to listen to someone else. There could be something playing out and you feel like it's going to be a repeat of something that's already happened. That's the trickery. It's not going to repeat the same. Okay. Temperance, beautiful, patience, balance, alchemy, time. Time is on your side. It always is, Capricorn, even though it might not feel like it. Saturn, your ruler. Ultimately it is, and you'll see that at the end of this timeline. Okay. Patience. Well, yeah, I feel like either someone's pushing your buttons and it's like they've pushed the last buttons and you're gone now, or you've been very humble or patient with a situation, giving it the time it needs. But there's something, the wind's picking up beneath your wings and it's like you can't help but fly away from this now, or you can't help but fly above this. Yeah, I feel like there's some support here from Spirit. Now, if you have something kind of routine that inspires you, maybe an interest or a hobby, something, maybe it's just walking in the woods, or it could be cooking, baking, building. I don't know what it is for everyone, collecting stamps, it doesn't matter. That would help you ground yourself right now as you continue to soar and to get you out of the Eight of Swords mindset. You could be anticipating somebody to react very badly to you. You're picking up on their shadow side. You can see their shadow. It doesn't mean they're actually going to act that way. But yes, they do have the potential to do that and to act in a way that you might negatively expect, but I don't feel like they're going to. I'm just seeing the shadow here, and it doesn't feel like yours. Okay, so tell me about the challenge. Memory and trickery, the challenge. We have moving on, 5 of Cups in reverse. With it, it says pessimism and forgiveness. And ignorance, the messenger in reverse. Misleading information, the messenger in reverse. Exactly. Unreceptive, disregard. Okay, so that's for sure. That's been confirmed now for sure. The messenger in reverse and trickery, misleading information. Memory and moving on. Give me 1 second here. Somebody said that my drinking and my slurping is too close to the microphone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay. I'll try not to slurp, but sometimes I got it. You know, it's the mood, it's the vibe, right? Maybe somebody is telling you that they want you to deliver some information or message in a particular way, but it feels out of the norm for you, or it feels unnatural to you. Hold on, there's something here with the memory and moving on. What is it in the past, in your memory? That you haven't quite accepted yet. Anything. It doesn't have to be related to what's going on here, whatever you're thinking about. It could be something else, something unresolved. It's linked to this. And this is how the trickery, I'm seeing a needle and a thread, and it's like someone's sewing into you, hooking into you. That's how this trickery is getting to you. Some wound that hasn't quite healed yet, this situation is touching on and tapping into. So perhaps in the past, you received misleading information, or you felt misled. And now here comes another situation where you're starting to feel that way again. And that's why the Eight of Swords is here. Not necessarily because this energy is going to be successful. I heard the word specific there. Not because they're going to be successful or because you don't have control of the situation. That's not why you're in the Eight of Swords. You're in the Eight of Swords, or at least that's what Spirit's showing me, because this is really bringing up and bigging up something from the past in your memory that is unresolved. So try to make that connection, because that should help you bring this into perspective. And maybe you'll be able to see exactly what is being said here that isn't quite right. Okay, let's get in further, Spirit. Death card just flipped over like that, Santa Muerte. For your overall energy, transformation and ending. Okay, let's go further. You're trying to bring some reality in, okay? You have a goal, a vision, something you want to achieve, some reality wants to be born. It requires a lot of transformation, inner and outer. Yeah, the moon. That's what you don't see coming. Okay, hold on. Let's get these cards out, and then I need to dig deeper into what this information is that Capricorn's being misled about. Someone who talks really fast, or they're like overly invested in something and you're not really sure why, that's who's misleading. They're also going to end up swallowing their own words. Let's see. Too many. Just give me one, Spirit. Nope. Spirit's like, no, don't tell me what to do. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Spirit, I need to get more information on, I'm hearing withheld. Okay, what's being withheld and what's the information that's misleading? What's being withheld from Capricorn? What's being withheld? Does this make sense to you? I hope so. Something about the particulars, the specifics, the particulars. There's something about that being withheld. 9 of Wands and the Devil. Ooh. And what's the misleading information? The shadow again, right? Someone's shadow. Okay. What's the misleading information? The Chariot, the Hierophant in reverse. This, again, this hair, like, it's like hair in the mouth feeling. It's weird. Yeah, and look at this. As I'm saying that, look at this guy's hair. It's on fire. Okay. And the Eight of Cups. The misinformation. The misinformation here is that you should go forward with something with total disregard for rules, order. I'm hearing generational wisdom. There's some kind of way things need to be done, Hierophant. And somebody has told you, or you're telling yourself, that you can just smash through all of those expectations, obligations, all the red tape, all the expectations. Did I say that twice? And you'll be done with something. It's this feeling of like, yeah, there's a playbook on how I'm supposed to handle this situation and what I'm supposed to do, whether that's your own inner compass playbook or whether that's somewhere else, right? Some other playbook. And you're like, no, screw that. I'm not going to do that. And if I can just have total disregard for how things should be done, then I'll be able to set myself free of some kind of Eight of Swords situation, some kind of misery here. And this is aligning with that feeling you have inside of self-interest. Like, I have to do this for myself. I'm not going to play by anyone's rules here. And that's in your nature naturally. In your nature naturally? Oh boy. Capricorn. That's how you are. So it could feel quite normal to you to just be like, no. You say it needs to be done like that? No, it doesn't. But in this case, why can't it be done this way? You need to have more patience here. See, because I feel like this person here, this is not the person saying, follow the rules, follow the regulations, right? And you're taking off, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is somebody saying to you, don't bother following the rules, Capricorn. Let's do this off the books. Let's do this informally. Forget what everybody else has to say. This is me and you, and this is the way we do things. And, forget what you think you know. You don't know. It's that energy. So if you were about to do something totally in disregard of the law, I hope not, but hey, you do you, or like against conventional wisdom or against the rules of engagement with your current situation, I would reel it in a little bit, have some more patience, because there's something about that kind of advice that is highly misleading. And it could be the case that last time you did play by the rules with the Hierophant, it didn't work out so well, right? So your memory is tricking you to say, well, why would you do it again? So this could be you not wanting to make a formal commitment to something, but Spirit's saying that it's not going to generate the outcome that you're seeking. Why? We have the Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. There's like some kind of false promise here. And the Four of Cups. Two Wands at the bottom. Let me see. It's like you're trying to find a quick solution for a problem that's really maximizing your energy span. And that makes sense to me. Why wouldn't you want to get rid of or handle something quickly or get rid of it quickly? Or just, it's almost like a fight back kind of mentality. And again, in general, I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do. Just in this situation, it feels like that's short-sighted. there's somebody here saying to you that you can have something even if you play dirty. And you can have karma. No, but you can have whatever it is. It will be there. But there's something about this Ace of Pentacles that doesn't seem actually appealing to you in the end. It's like you get something, but it doesn't feel valuable anymore. Or you get your way, but then you look back, you're like, I didn't really help me out in the end. I don't know, Capricorn. This seems very specific. And I don't know exactly the details of the situation, but I would say avoid taking shortcuts. And really doing something, I'm hearing bombastic, something kind of against the rules. Saturn, right? I started with Saturn. Time is on your side, but Saturn also really likes rules, restriction, regulation for a reason, not just to punish and to be like, a patriarch of some sort. I don't know why that word's coming through. But you need to listen to Big Daddy Saturn here. Okay. I don't know. It's an interesting energy. Maybe there's someone around you who has a lot of Saturn in their chart, or, a prominent Saturn placement. They have something useful for you to say, for you to do. Yeah, somebody could be telling you what to say. Okay. So the information being withheld is the Devil and the 9 of Wands. Somebody is not going to back down. They're not planning on giving up here. And see, this is what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get away from this situation, but somebody's got a lot of persistence. And I feel like this is why the message is, okay, do something ordered and measured. Check all the boxes, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Read the fine print. Take your time making the decision. Make sure you're doing everything right. Because one little screw up or one little shortcut, and it's kind of like you almost win something, or you almost get something, or you're almost there, but then it gets taken away, or something goes off the rails here. And the energy is still there. Okay, so your overall energy is death. You want something to end. I get it. I hear ya. Okay, let's find out more about this death card for Capricorn's energy. 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, you want something to end. It's been going on for way too long. Too many games, too many decisions, too many details, not enough details. It's like it's a hodgepodge, it's a mishmash of this and that energy. Like, you're giving me this, but you're not giving me this. It's frustration. And there's a question you have, like, when is this going to end? So you're in the energy of channeling, like, transformation, transmutation, alchemy, death. Like, I want this to be over. But death is a slow process. Transformation, transmutation is a slow process. Okay, there's stages to it. Something doesn't just end and then get reborn. You have to go through the portal, through the tunnel, and the tunnel is long here. But you're in it, so it will end. Okay, the moon for what you don't see coming. So this is a little bit of a warning, because there could be confusion ahead, or something's been hidden from you. Well, clearly there's a misleading information packet, I'm hearing. Package. Okay, tell me more about the moon. This has to do with communication for sure. 5 of Cups. Look at the maze in the mind. Yeah, I feel this is a warning. So Spirit's saying, if we keep going down this road of acting hastily or wanting to lash out or do things kind of out of order. I wish I could give some examples, but I don't know what this is for everyone. Maybe there's something administrative you need to do, and you need to follow the way that it's supposed to be done in order to get what you need, justice or something. But if you don't do it, then there's disappointment ahead. There's a realization that you messed up with something. Or you should have been a little bit more patient before you acted. I'm hearing that New Kids on the Block song, Step by Step. Ooh, baby. Gonna get to you, girl. Someone could be moving in close to you. Page of Pentacles. They want to give you something, or they're going to want to give you something, but I would be a little bit cautious of this person. That's for some of you. I'm seeing mainly like an apartment kind of situation. Okay. So 3 of Wands. Just be a friendly neighbor, but I would just vet them a little more before you let them in or get close to them in any way. 3 of... Because I'm seeing the Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, but then I asked what's behind that, and I saw the King of Swords. So when the King of Swords is trying to show up as the Page of Pentacles, there's usually something amiss. Something's off with that. Why would they do that? It's odd. Okay, so there could be someone around you, and maybe this neighbor is a metaphor who's trying to gather information or something. This has a very kind of suspicious feeling around your whole reading. It's like something suspicious. And not all my readings are like that, but the energy is definitely here. And you have a right to be suspicious, but I wanted to say something with misrecognized or something. Okay. 3 of Wands for your opportunity. This is patience as well. It's waiting for something to come in. You're holding a book here. What does it say? It says something about virtue. The guidebook. By the book. Doing something by the book. Waiting and doing something by the book. Okay. That's your opportunity. Tell me more. Page of Wands and King of Pentacles. There's a messenger card. You can see he's got a little bit of a message in his hand, a scroll. He's going to swing in. So somebody else, okay, Capricorn. Somebody else is going to come towards you to give you something that you need, or something's going to happen. The crows, the messengers, they're going to, crow spirit. Someone's going to embody it, deliver you some information, some news that helps you clear up what's going on. You need this before you act reckless in some way. It could be literal paperwork you receive, or an email of some sort. Someone might be having something going on with their ankle or their tendons. I'm just seeing that in the card. This is exactly what you need, and this is why you need patience, and you're waiting for it. So soar above somebody's BS here and what they're telling you, okay? And really think for yourself and intuit for yourself what the best course of action is. Because whatever you're being told to do or you think you should do, it's actually putting you in the 8 of Swords rather than setting you free. And so if you wait and have patience and do things by the book right now, then this big treasure chest comes in for you. Something that helps stabilize you in this whole situation. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords for the challenge. And this is that other person swallowing their words. This is somebody who's coming in with quick tips and advice and just do this and never mind that. This is somebody who may be pushing your buttons, saying rude things, getting you to react in some way. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords. It may appear that this person is thoughtless and that they're just doing things on a whim. That's not the case with the Devil and the 9 of Wands. They have a strategy, a big strategy here. But so do you. You just have to slow down to really lay it out for yourself. And your strategy is going to win because it's in alignment with order, with cosmic order, with Saturn's order, with the Hierophant's divine wisdom. So I wouldn't transgress that just to get this over with. because your order and your strategy will trump theirs. If you can reel in your emotional reaction, or if you can reel in this desire you have to just like get away from this, get out of this, stop this, because it's not going to just stop. That's something that you have to accept right now. Okay? The Hierophant and the Hermit. Yeah, with the Knight of Swords. So this person's coming in, disrupting you while you're doing whatever it is that you want to do. You're resting, you're working on yourself, you're doing your own projects, you're soul searching. The Hermit has your back. I meant to say the Hierophant has your back, but maybe the Hermit has your back too. That inner wisdom, that retreating energy. If you do something correctly, this is like a hidden ace up your sleeve. The answers of how to deal with this are available to you. All the information you need, all the wisdom, all the advice, it's there for you. It might be boring. It might not be the advice that you want to hear, but it's tried, true, and tested. And that's what will help you right now. And I know you're a rebel. I know it. But you'll have your chance. Okay, this is just not the time for that. 8 of Pentacles for your advice. Another card of diligence, perfecting something, meticulous attention to detail, working hard. 8 of Pentacles. This is also you working on something you're interested in, a hobby, like I was saying, to help you kind of shift your attention and your focus away from this while you're being patient. You have to do, well, you don't have to do anything, but what I'm seeing in this reading is the most common, run-of-the-mill type of advice for you is the correct advice. Okay? It's like, oh, Capricorn, you're in this situation. Well, this is what you do about it. And it's right there, that information. But you're like, well, they're not, whatever this situation is, like maybe they're not following the rules. And so why should you? They're acting out of turn, they're acting all wild and crazy. So why should you be restrained? Well, why? Why should Capricorn be that way? What is ultimately going to happen? 3 of Wands. Well, you're going to see something. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Yeah, okay, we got that. Is your opportunity. Oh, because you're going to get that information. 3 of Pentacles. There's also some kind of reward that you're going to get. So these snakes with the swords and the 8 of Swords, it's like all these different plans and schemes of how you could do something aren't working in your favor. The Sun and the 2 of Cups. You will be reunited, I'm hearing, united, maybe with a goal, an opportunity, maybe a person that you desire to unite with, or I'm not sure, but something's going to come together for you at the end of this. Okay? So 8 of Pentacles, tell me a little bit more for the advice for Capricorn. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we go a layer deeper. We see what's under this. It tends to get more specific because there is less of you there. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If not, trust Saturn. Spirit knows you, knew you, and knew that you wouldn't go to an extended and therefore didn't withhold anything from you. 7 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm hearing the lies run deep. Ace of Swords, but you're going to figure it out. That's what you're working on. You're putting all the pieces in place. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to feel really good once you get that last puzzle piece and you put it in. But you don't have it yet, but it's coming towards you with the King of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. And Temperance. Patience. Patience, my friend. Some magic is afoot. Some alchemy is happening. Things need to, fix themselves universally, energetically. Spirit's working on it. Don't try to rush it. It's happening. Take the honest approach, even if it's the longer road, and even if it's the harder road. It usually is. But ultimately, you benefit way more from that, taking the hard, truthful road, than you would have the shortcut with the shadow. Don't play into someone's hostility. Okay, your outcome, the King of Cups and the Four of Swords in reverse. Good. This is you nailing that coffin, last nail in the coffin. You're not going to wait anymore. The patience period is over. You're moving. Okay, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, look at that. Look how satisfying this feels. This is like, yes, I got it. I understand it. I got the thing that I'm after here, whether that's the truth, the opportunity, exposing something, whatever you're trying to do, you do it. And it's case closed, coffin closed, game over, it's all over. And here's your Ace of Pentacles, your new opportunity, your new chapter, your transformation, your rebirth. This is so much better than this. See, the Ace of Pentacles is here in both of them. But here you're like, oh, but I don't even want this anymore. Because Five of Swords, Five Swords. I saw that as a 7 in the reflection, but yeah, 7, 5, whatever, right? Five of Swords, mind games, manipulation, all of this stuff doesn't feel so good in the end when it's offered to you, the Ace of Pentacles. But here, you acted in alignment with your heart, with your intuition, and your logic. And you close something out, and then you get the Ace of Pentacles, and you enjoy it. You enjoy it. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.